Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2021 Hyundai Elantra on a POV test drive, and I'll basically tell you what I think about this all new 2021 Hyundai Elantra. This one is the SEL trim and it honestly looks very nice. And from the back it does look like a baby Hyundai Sonata, but the trunk is very aggressive. And this car overall has very aggressive lines. But let me go ahead and take it on a test drive, and I'll basically tell you what I think about this all-new 2021 Hyundai Elantra. Alright, let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how this all-new 2021 Hyundai Elantra does. So as you guys see, it's raining, and hopefully the rain sound isn't that loud so you guys could hear me good. But anyways guys, love the redesign of this 2021 Hyundai Elantra. It just looks very good, but there is a good amount of plastic inside. This is plastic, this top portion right here is plastic, which I honestly think it's fine, especially for a $20,000 car, or almost 21,000, and with destination and charges, destination charges it's actually 22,000. But still, for a $20,000 car or $21,000 car, I think it's not too bad. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take it on the highway and see how it does. Let me go ahead and put it in sport mode. So for the engine is 2.0 naturally aspirated engine connected to the IVT transmission. It's basically CVT, but Hyundai uses IVT, and it's very similar to a CVT. But anyways, the transmission is nice and responsive, and once it reaches 6,000, 7,000 RPMs, it actually kind of pushes you back to the seat a little bit, so you get a tiny bit of push. The horsepower numbers are 147 and the torque numbers are 132 pound-feet of torque. The torque did not change for the 2021, but the horsepowers went from 128 to 147, and I think it feels about right. It's nothing crazy, it doesn't push you back to the sea or does anything like that, but it's not too bad. It definitely, you could pass someone, but it will take definitely some time for you to be able to reach that certain miles per hour. But anyways guys, super nice and quiet. There's a good amount of road noise and tire noise, but overall the interior is actually nice and quiet. And I just love the interior. Yeah, there's a good amount of plastic here and there. Actually, most of the interior is plastic. There is really not any soft materials inside of this interior, but honestly, no one's gonna be touching those plastic materials anyways. Driving this Elantra, it's nice and quiet, as I said, but as you guys hear probably over the camera, there's a good amount of noises that come from the suspension or from the tires inside of the cabin. But definitely overall it feels nice and solid. Steering wheel is a little bit on the lighter side, which is nice, even in sport mode, but it's not too bad. In parking lots, when you put it in Normal mode, it's very light, and I love the fact that it gets very light in normal mode. It does have all the safety features, the lane keep assist, the braking assist, so that's nice that it does. And their lane keep assist is actually one of the best, I think, or the top at least, one of the top out there. And I just honestly, I love this Elantra. I feel like it drives much better than the Sonata for some reason. I feel like this one is a little bit better, or I should say a little bit more put together than the Sonata. It does have a good amount of plastic inside, but I feel like that the fit and finish is actually not too bad. I love this passenger grab handle right here, cup holders, and it does have this small thing. I'm not exactly sure if this is an accessory that you could add, or it comes standard on all the trims or on this trim. This one is the SEL trim. And for the screen is an 8-inch touchscreen, super responsive, and it does actually have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but they are actually wireless, which is crazy. I honestly was shocked when I found out that the CarPlay is wireless in this Elantra, and especially in a mid trim like this SEL trim. But I just love the fact that Apple CarPlay is wireless. Power is nothing crazy, but I just love the fact that there is a good amount of power to pass someone. The steering wheel design is nice, very similar to the Sonata. And I just love this opening right here. And I personally love this steering wheel better than the Sonata for sure. This one just looks much better. It does have very aggressive lines, and overall I feel like the look of this one is much better than the Sonata. And right here, the 10 and 2 grip, they're very aggressive, which is nice. And overall the feeling of it is nice, but it is finished in this synthetic rubber material. It's not wrapped in leather. You'll have the Bluetooth controls right here on the left, and then you'll have the cruise controls right here on the right, and this button right here controls the small screen in the middle. Love the gauges, and overall the car just honestly drives very good and looks very good from the inside. Climate controls, 2 USBs, 12 volts. Here is the shifter that will control the IVT, which is the CVT transmission for Hyundais. You'll have a button to turn on the backup camera to see who's behind you, which is nice. For the fuel economy numbers, they are 31 in the city, 41 highway, and 35 combined. And I personally think those numbers are actually pretty good for this 2.0 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. Suspension feels nice and soft, but you could definitely hear a little bit of the sound that is coming from the suspension inside the cabin, but it's not that bad. It's not too loud. And of course, this is a $21,000 car, so I'm not expecting a lot. Here is the backup camera, nice and clear. Overall, honestly guys, this car is nice and spacious. Good amount of storage inside of this storage place in the armrest. Back seats are nice and big. size. They are 205, 55, 16. I wish they were a tiny bit bigger. I think it would have gave the car more character, or it just would have looked a tiny bit better. I'm not a big fan of the finish on the rims, but they're not too bad. I wish they were glossy 100%. They're more like matte gloss. It's kind of like in the middle. I really wish that they were glossy. I think it would have looked much better. But overall, handling is pretty good. Taking it around corners, when I took it first on the highway, it handles actually pretty good, even in the rain. I know it doesn't have that much power, but still, it was nice and flat and handled pretty good. As I said, guys, the steering wheel is nice and direct, super responsive, and it's very light at the same time. When you put it in sport mode, it gets a tiny bit heavy, but not by much. Let's go ahead and put it in sport mode. And let's go ahead and turn off the traction control and see if we could get some wheel spin. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a little bit of wheel spin because I'm going to be going left. So there was a little bit of spinning on the inner wheel, which is fine since this one does not have limited slip differential. And of course I had the traction control off. But I wonder if the wheels would spin if I had the traction control off. Overall, gauges look very nice. Everything is very easy to use in this car, and love the way how the vents look. Honestly, just everything just feels very good about this Elantra. And of course, Hyundai offers the 10-year 100-mile warranty. And there is no paddle shifters, but there's actually a sport mode with the plus and minus. You can control the gears that way. Very responsive. And of course, it's a CVT, so those are fake gears or stimulus gears. Basically, makes you feel that you are actually changing gears. But overall, guys, this car is actually nice and fun to drive. As I told you guys, it handles very good. Let's go ahead and test the brakes. Yeah, definitely brakes are good, which is of course expected from a new car. They're not too crazy, and they're not weak. They are perfect. And I believe this car is around 2,900 now. Let's go ahead and turn off the traction control, and let's do brake boost. Yeah, definitely no wheel spin at all from this 2.0 naturally aspirated engine. 147 horsepower are not enough, or the 132 pound-feet of torque are not enough to spin the front wheels, even with the traction control off. But anyways, guys, this car is actually very fun to drive, and the steering wheel is nice and direct. Love the fact that it has all the safety features. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I would like to thank Moody here at Key Hyundai in Milford. If you guys are interested, make sure to come check them out. I'm gonna go ahead and put their information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.